Hello again, everybody. High above the ice here at JFK Memorial Coliseum in Manchester, New Hampshire. We're coming at you. First game of the winter season here. Hockey between Nashua, South Pelham, and Trinity. We're continuing our winter season coverage. First game of hockey. Alongside my partner, Rich McDonough and Kyle Heavey, I'm Zach Johnston. Pleasure to be with you once again this afternoon. Rich, back here at JFK. Atmosphere's looking good. Trinity. And these two teams lost some stars in the offseason, but they're bringing some in. You talked to the Nashua South Pelham coach. What have you heard from him and the way his team's preparing for this game?
Well, they've been building, right? They had some downs, but he came in a couple years ago. He's a great, terrific guy, Coach Sirocco, and he loves his speed at his top two lines. He's also got some very experienced guys, few, but experienced, a little bit of depth issues there. But when it comes to the speed and ice awareness for his team, he loves that. And then between the pipes, as an old goalie myself, between the iron, he loves his senior goaltending, and they're going to be leaning on them hard. And these guys are unflappable. They'll see a lot of pucks, but they won't get down.
Well, the home team tonight, Trinity, will have a challenge like you just heard here from Coach McDonough from these Nashua South Pelham boys. Kyle Heavey on my right. You talked to Coach Connell. You talked to the Trinity guys. What's the atmosphere coming like here?
Excitement. They only have one senior. They have a lot of returning players. This is going to be a great matchup to start the season. We're excited to be here.
Well, when we come back, it'll be game time here at JFK. Zach Johnston, Kyle Heavey, Rich McDonough. We'll be right back. Ready to rock here on Manchester Public Television Channel 16 coverage of NHIA Division I boys hockey here from the JFK Memorial Coliseum. It's Nashua South Pelham versus the Trinity Pioneers. Alongside Kyle Heavey and Rich McDonough, once again, I'm Zach Johnston. Ready to go here. The anthem is done. Coaches are having their final words with their teams before they hit the ice for game number one. It's opening night for both these teams. Both teams 0-0. Rich, let's get this going here. Joe Ronzello, Noah Sewell will be the netminders this afternoon.
Absolutely, and as we said in our intro pregame, I've been between the iron most of my life, and it's where things are won and lost, and both goalies know what they're doing. Sewell is excellent. Ronzello has a wealth of experience, and both coaches are real happy to have those fellas between the pipes. Good way to start.
Good way to start. They got some strong netminders here, and we're ready to go.
It's going to be interesting watching how these teams kind of shuffle themselves. You got a lot of momentum, and you had a lot of graduation losses for the Pioneers.
The game is on. The Pions dump the puck down, and Sewell sends it to the near side corner.
Yeah, you won't see him get happy feet, ZJ.
Here's a shot that gets redirected into the corner. It's Max Bolio pinning it down with Connor Hurley. Bolio centering pass broken up there by Daniel Byrne of the Nashua South Pelham squad. From the corner set up, but sent back.
And watch these D-liners, ZJ, for them. Number 5, number 3. That's Byrne, who you mentioned just a moment ago, and their captain.
Did they score? Wow. First shot of the game, the Pios on the board.
So much for introducing the defense. So on the fence, there was nothing doing there. Holy cow.
How they kick off their year. It's 1-0 Trinity. With 14:22 left in the period, the Pioneers strike first.
Don't blink. Don't blink. You're only 48 seconds in. Excuse me, 38 seconds in.
Not even a minute into the contest, and Trinity is on the board. Some of our live viewers haven't even sat down yet, and it's 1-0. Puck down inside the Nashua South zone. Deflected off the boards. Trinity with already all the offensive pressure and the lead as we are now 1 minute into the game.
Yeah, and in that scrum there, it was Soroy got the goal.
Brady Soroy has power, and he's a good baseball pitcher, but Brady on the team last year helped mold them together. Obviously losing Sam Maurice. He was their star last year.
Yeah, they had a ton of guys that they lost. But when you do, you got Ronzello, Maurice is gone, Walsh, Kinsella.
Yeah.
And then Lebelsic out in the cage. But
yeah.
The thing is, when you play with those guys, and Coach was great at mixing up his lines, so you get a lot of experience knowing that you got to keep building. You got to reload. And they've got a lot of firepower, Z.
Tip down there, but there to break it up was Caden Cruz, one of the newcomers here for Nashua South Pelham.
Yeah, and coach of the South team, Sirocco, who I got some words in with this morning, He likes Cruz. He's looking for him to create, do some good things.
Tipped in the zone. Let's keep staying onside. The smart move there from Max Saludo. Not going for the puck. It trickles around beyond the net. Nashua South Pelham trying to get their first shots on. We'll call them the Purple Pythons. How's that?
Well, I'll tell you, it works since we got the Purple Panthers. But right there, one of the new guys, Skelly, number 4, dumped it in real deep so they could get a line change. That's good IQ, Z.
Sent in there by TJ Venezia. Trinity up 1-0. Early goal from Brady Soroyce, not even a minute into the game. Sent up the wing here for Andrew Byron. Byron sends it across the blue line and unable to be corralled by Brian Keefe. And now a transition moment here for Trinity. As trying to get it out of the neutral zone was TJ Venezia.
I tell you, Keefe was looking up at the heavens wondering how that got under his blade there, Zach.
Sent off of the off the stick of Jack DeFreitas and is around behind the net. Trinity holding possession for a long time here in this game so far.
I'll tell you, DeFreitas is one of those guys the Pios have got to look to. He's young, but he's got good experience, and boy, did he show us some chops last season.
Stoppage of play. 12:17 left here in the period.
1-0 still. How much do you love this barn, Zach?
Oh, this is just such a legendary place to be. This is just the staple of hockey in the Granite State is the JFK Memorial Coliseum. We'll have an icing. We'll have a face-off inside the Trinity zone, maybe the first chance for Nashua South Pelham to try and get a shot on Joe Ronzello, who I don't believe they have one on yet.
And Cruz goes to the dot. That's a lot of trust being placed in the newcomer here by coach for Nashua South, Sirocco.
Centering pass, but there to break it up was a Pioneer defender. I'm staring at him, and I don't know who it is. I can't see his number. But great heads-up play by him to break up the centering pass. That's Connor Hurley. Of course it's Connor Hurley.
Yeah.
Big forward, junior.
Yeah, great DNA there.
And he wins the face-offs. He does their face-offs. He's their first-line center. Hurley was on their perfection line last year with San Maurice and Ronzello.
That was incredible.
That was such a fun pair to watch. And Hurley in that first line now sent up to the top of the slot. Shot gets knocked away there. Dylan Benkin took that one from the corner. Wasecchio wraparound chance and a save made by Sewell.
Yeah, he just locked the door. He stayed on his post right there. Nice job.
From the blue line, tipped, and corralling that was Brian Keefe. Hurley forces a turnover.
Thought they might get down the slot there, nothing doing.
Racing down the wing to try to set something up was Caden Cruz, and the puck gets sent down behind the net of Ronzello.
I'm liking watching Cruz skating here. I mean, he looks good as a sophomore, and he gets to the bench for a little bit of help, and Doty comes in. He's looking good, Z.
Love to watch new guys come out and already start to help their team. No offside. Hurley shot
Nice
going away from the net.
Great pickpocket there by Bellio.
Here's a block, and the puck stays inside the Trinity zone. Hurley races for the puck toward the blue line. Directed, they score from the blue line!
Soroy just kept that in. He went to the puck, saw it was happening, and did you see him rotate up the board? And he climbed the dasher in about 2 seconds. That was real good play.
Brady Dunn did it again, showing shades of San Maurice scoring 2 with just a few minutes into this game. Trinity pounding here against Nashua South Pelham on their home ice. Face-off 1. It'll trickle its way inside the Trinity zone.
Well, I'll tell you, we kept seeing Soroy make play after play last season in some close games, agonizing at times. But I was saying, and we were talking about it, and Kyle Heavey here, that this guy's got all kinds of promise written all over him.
Yeah, guys, I've been keeping quiet, letting you guys talk, but it'll be interesting to see that instant replay of how close that came to getting out of the zone when that shot came from the blue line.
It was certainly close, and it probably was some sort of redirection as that looked to be not the strongest shot as Dylan Benkin races down the wing from around the pocket of the net and into the corner.
Well, I got to tell you, my LASIK is still holding up, and I think it stayed inside. We'll shoot for it later.
Old school rules here. In between the legs, diving to keep it onside, and they do.
Yeah, Byrne could have gotten a call. He was kind of looking at the ref for a second.
Here comes
Nothing
South
doing.
Pelham.
That's a nice poke in by Azamat Coppola.
Oh, and a booming hit there from Colton LaRoe. How about that, the mighty shoulder?
Yeah, that kid's got game.
Whiffing there was Benkin trying to get it out of the zone.
Oh, nice check out. Get it out into the in between the blues right there, so you can get a back line change at least.
Kept onside from Trinity. That's a save by Sewell, and those have been tough to come from him so far.
And look, as an old goalie myself, look, those weird shots, they happen, especially when it's early in the game. And I was mostly dominantly lacrosse, but same dynamic. He needed that one.
He really did.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes from there. It's 2-0 lead here for Trinity early in period number 1.
Nice job getting to the corner right there. Let him set up something from behind the net, and here comes my man.
Centering
Cruz.
pass, tipped around, and now a man without a stick. We don't know who it is. Up on
Cruz.
near side wing, wristing going off of the back wall. Redirected up, it's out of Sewell's trumper.
Yeah, it just caromed off the tip of the glove right there.
In the neutral zone, didn't know where it went, was Brady Sorois, and it goes around behind the net, corralled by Jack DeFreitas.
So far, Skelly and Cruz, the young guys that Coach Scirocco had mentioned, they're doing a good job out there.
Pass intended for Andrew Lewis is around the boards.
Oh, a nice check, forecheck right there by Venezia.
Wrap around, pass, deflecting off the boards in the glass. Inside the neutral zone now, Trinity crossing the red line and sending it away toward our near side, blocker side of Sewell. 2-0 Trinity. Zach Johnston, Rich McDonough, Kyle Levy on Manchester Public Television. Racing chance for the puck now is turned away, and Trinity wins another defensive chance. Turnover, chance, shot going wide. Rebound, corralled by Connor Hurley, and he is there to shut that down.
And Brendan Doty had that left side, near side post yawning at him, and it just looked like it knuckled off the heel of that stick. And he looked up to the rafters for some help from above. Couldn't get it, and we got another stoppage at 8:20.
Well, gentlemen, it is a warmer day here in the Queen City, and you can see that the puck is bouncing galore. It's got to be 27 degrees in this rink. It feels a little bit warmer, so the puck is not able to be as cold and flat as it usually is, and that's why you're seeing the puck bouncing around so much.
Well, it's a far cry from the fireplace at the McDonough house right now.
From the corner, our far near side corner. Here comes Hurley down the wing.
That was a great job rotating back by Doty right there to pluck it.
Byron lost his stick, picks it back up. Trinity holds the puck, and that's been the tale here so far in this game.
Right
Dumped
now,
in.
Looks like Pelham have gotten themselves back into a little bit of rhythm after a shaky start there, Zach.
They call on Noah Sewell, the senior, to be their opening night tender. Here's an odd chance here. Oh, and he wanted Hurley, and he couldn't corral it.
Nice job just getting anything on it by Braden Tyne right there, number 16, and he skates up the ice. And I think that disrupted the flow of that entry pass.
Slap shot blocked. Second chance and a save by Ronzello, and the rebound, they're lucky wasn't a juicy one.
Well, Ronzello got real square to the puck. Nice job.
Checo's shot is stopped by Sewell.
A lot of DNA in the Ronzello family as well. He squared up. Nice technical goaltending and didn't get happy feet, Zach Johnson.
That was Mason Wasiako, the freshman forward. You see 11 coming out onto the bench here, but he had been out on the ice for multiple shifts, getting multiple chances. That's the first time he called his name.
Yeah,
Sorois dumps it off the boards and sends it back inside the Nashua South Pelham zone.
Wearing number 11, big shoes,
Yep,
big skates to fill.
Big skates to fill. That works.
Well, he could have small feet.
Humor is quick as a blade.
Oh, man, keep them coming.
Yeah, give me the boot.
Here's Keefe.
Holy Moses.
Oh, poked away.
What a beautiful poke right there by Maher.
Pat Maher tried to set something up in front of the net.
Great rotation back by Keefe to disrupt it.
Tipped away, kept in by Sorois. Shot up and out of play. And, maybe a little bit of a lower tip, we'd have ourselves a first period hat trick maybe.
Well, Mr. Keefe right there wearing number 21, he got to one corner, right? And he deflected it when it looked like it might be a feed, a centering pass from behind. And then he was the one who deflected it up into the rafters at the left side of the slot there. Great job.
Boucher off the draw, tried to get one out there. Oh, big chance there for TJ Venezia, but he couldn't stay on his feet to try to put it on net. We had an open net to try to pot one.
And DeFreitas is out there. He found the ice monster and took a seat.
When it's warmer, the ice monster comes for you.
Oh, and he intercepts that lofted pass. He had a man.
He did.
Yeah, Ramallo was off to the races if that could have cleared.
Keefe trying to get it out and now is pinned on his boards here, fighting with Andrew Lewis.
Nice retreat right there by Soroy. I mean, he's so smooth, and he's got poise galore.
Yep.
As he comes into his junior year, and in my opinion, Soroy plays more like a senior.
Yeah,
Kyle
for sure.
And Zach, you take it, you know.
For sure.
I mean, he's so confident and poised.
When they lost all those seniors last year, you almost kind of want a junior to fill in that leadership role when you've got one senior and it's Max Saludo.
Well, and that's why Coach ran him on mixed lines so often.
Exactly. Saludo is on that second line.
Yep. But you want depth as you get
Exactly.
further into the season, recognizing that you're going to lose some studs.
Hurley.
Ooh, what an entry.
Down low. Nothing there. Wraparound chance. Saved by Sewell. Kept in the zone. Pinballing its way.
And a good job by Tyne to get in a...
Bacon trying to keep it offside. Here's a chance here for South Pelham.
Yeah, here comes Byrne.
Shot.
He's a real good skater. Good pass.
Glove save by Joe Ronzello.
That's all right. Get the puck to the net and good things happen. 5:40 now, Zach. We're moving quickly.
Very true. You can learn that puck on net thing the hard way or the good way. You know, sometimes when you catch goaltenders off guard or get tip drills in. Face off inside the Trinity zone. Won by Pelham, and the shot gets blocked.
That was a great face-off attempt, but then an even better move by...
Off the stick, loose puck, and a diving Ronzello able to keep it out, and the shot goes wide. My goodness, that was a big opportunity, the biggest so far for this purple Pelham Pythons team.
Say that. P3. Yep. Earlier right there, wonderful keep-in by Dowdy. Couldn't make it materialize, but a great job getting it behind the net. And now they've kind of got the upper hand because they've kept them pinned so long, I think, Zach.
Trying to set something up, starting behind the net. Chip shot saved by Ronzello.
And Doty is showing he's got mad stick skills. My kids have all told me to say mad skills, Zach.
There you go. That'll work.
There we go.
Off the boards and slides inside the Nashua South Pelham zone as a line change occurs. Long dump kept in.
That's a real good...
Oh, and then they had an open man. It was Max Saludo. He couldn't get a shot away.
And Saludo hustling over there, and hustling with him is Tyne. Tyne's made some good plays this period, Zach.
Another onside possession
Oh,
now.
what a pickpocket.
Racing for the puck goes Romalo, and we'll have an icing.
That kid is fast. I mean, Coach said they have speed at the twos, right? So you're seeing it all day right now, and we're seeing more confident skating from the visitors, and the Pios look like, they're doing a good job keeping it in the zone as much as they can, but some of the speed is starting to show.
Face off here in the offensive zone for Trinity, and we'll get another one. Uh-oh.
That one was not.
That won't look good here.
Little scrap there.
No, nothing then. They'll come out untouched here. It's TJ Venezia maybe lost his balance and unintentionally fell on Noah Sewell.
Captain Landon Steiner for the Purple Pythons introducing himself.
They will defend their goalie every time.
Yeah, you got to.
Drive, glove save, rebound kept out by Sewell. It came out of his glove, then he used the stick to send it away.
Yeah, he was more concerned about the snap when it hit his catching glove than he was about corralling it, and he's talking to himself right now because he dodged a bullet.
Yeah, for sure.
And as I used to tell lacrosse kids, hockey kids too, any sport, look it in, because if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Yep. And then baseball, fielding a ground ball, they call it see the last spin, and that's another thing you can do when you're trying to receive anything. It's just see it in all the way.
Yep. The master of that was Jerry Rice.
Absolutely.
If you look at still frames of Jerry Rice catching a pass, his eyes are bug-eyed.
Rashay Caldwell.
No kidding, Yeah. Or Rod Carua. Now that's dating myself, but you're a baseball guy.
Around the net now as we're hockey guys this afternoon, that's for sure.
That's all right.
From the dot, it gets sent around toward our far side. Kept in by South Pelham, and now will be sent back to the neutral zone again. Big body there, moving it up. And, wow, that's just some poise by TJ Venezia. He's kind of just pushing two guys with him and moving up that way.
And this possession started because DeFreitas lost.
Oh, laying him out.
What a big hit.
Connor Hurley hurls himself right at Brian Keefe.
And Keefe, who's made all kinds of good defensive plays, gets introduced rudely to the JFK ice here.
That'll slide its way for yet another icing. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left here in period number one. 2-0 Trinity as myself, Zach Johnston, joins Rich McDonough and Kyle Heavey here in the booth at JFK for a warm afternoon, but chilly in the in the JFK as it always is.
Well, I tell you, Z, when we traded some notes and I wrote some notes, I said Soroy's got to have a big role. 2 goals so far.
And I'm seeing a lot out of Connor Hurley right here, guys, as well.
Sure.
He is certainly showing his reason for being a leader on this team, and you saw that check just a few moments ago. And we'll see plenty more throughout the season.
That is for sure. Behind the net. Backhand pass. They keep it. Benken's shot is blocked and is sent up.
3-on-2.
Odd man rush here for Nashua South Pelham.
All right, good recovery by Hurley, and he
Broken
gets
up.
the puck.
Loose puck drive. Save Ronzello. He has swallowed that up.
As a coach, I cannot tell you how important it is to get your skates back, or any sport. Just get back first and then play the puck. Hurley was way behind, and then he ended up intercepting that pass and trying to deflect it out. But
Making Kyle look good. Wrist shot deflecting off of the glass and down into the far side corner.
That was a terrific deflection there by Hurley.
Here's Wascheko around the boards, and he races for his own puck. He waits. He has nobody to send it to. Kept on side drive, blocked, and in the neutral zone, they'll have to recoup.
I'll tell you, he was looking for Hurley in the slot, and I think
racing for it, Wascheko, coast
backhand.
to coast, they score!
Wow,
Tipped in, what a play! Max Bolio had the last hand on it, and it's 3-0 Trinity.
That's too bad because Noah Sewell made a very good save right there, and it deflected out, and he didn't have help, and just very difficult. But great job watching the puck, getting to the puck and the cage was Bolio right there.
The big body of Max Bolio was at the right place in the right time. Last one to touch it, and it finds its way in. It's 3-0 Pioneers in the first period.
And for Nashua South, they got to be a little upset. It looked like a Pioneer player did not clear the blue line.
That's what
so
I had
would have been
thought.
an offsides, but the referees did not see them. We haven't even mentioned their names too much, but Kevin Cunningham and Keith Frost did not see it. And, you know, Trinity will take it when they can.
Hey, as a ref, I'm just going to go to bat for them. You can't see everything, and it's a fast-moving game, and it's the hardest job on earth, which is why, as a coach, I never yell at the refs anymore. Never.
Trying to respond. Down by 3.
Nice pick, nice interception, or at least deflection there by DeFreitas. I love his game.
Dump down. Will it be?
Waved
it
off.
will not be icing.
Nope, that was moving too slowly. Oh, here we go.
Tipped up and into the corner and sent away.
I thought Saludo was going to unload that.
Off the glass. Kept in by Saludo. And now Keefe off the boards. They keep it in. They couldn't clear it.
Well,
Sent down low and poked by Landsteiner. Broad Landsteiner.
Pios are sending more guys to the slot right now. I think they sense that Noah Sewell's a little
Landsteiner down low, turned away by Ronzello. Off the boards, and a great play there to send it off the roll. No, that's not good. You can't do that. He kind of just dusted the goalie unintentionally. Connor Hurley did. But anyway, we'll speak on how smart that dump move was. I didn't catch who did it.
That's all right.
But they did the dump move where you hit the redirect, the bank shot, they'll call it, off of the boards to go right to the goalie.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see if they'll call him on a penalty. Yeah, they will penalize him for it.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Connor Hurley. So a power play here as the first penalty comes with about 50 seconds left here in period number 1.
And Noah Sewell has himself, it looks like he's wearing a sugar cookie costume right now. He's got the
Snickerdoodle.
first coating of snow of the season.
There we go. Well, less than 50 seconds to go in the period, but an odd man advantage.
Well, here we go. The first power play of the night, of the season for us.
Yes, we'll see what occurs here. Could we have a shorty from around the net?
And they got good spacing right now to the Purple Panthers. This one's
almost a little
nice
too
keeping.
much. Kicked away, sent back, and now, they had an opportunity. They had a guy open.
Yeah, the breaking Wascheko
Yep.
could not get it on his tape.
We called him much more recently off of the skate of Landsteiner. And now it's brought back inside the Nashua South Pelham zone. One more rush, and that might do it for this period here.
Yeah, we're under 10.
Here's a shot, stop, knock down.
Oh, that's a good job.
Yep. Take the body, and, obviously, when a shot's high, you want to focus on getting it low.
Question is, will they pull
to avoid a tip?
and add one?
Oh, man.
Because we're still
6 seconds. There's it. Nah.
We're still up one. I don't know. They'll keep Sewell in there.
Nah, I wouldn't do 6 seconds. You'd think maybe 2, but, you know, if they pull him now, you could just shoot it right off the draw. So, yeah, see,
just like that.
like that, and that would have gone in the net. So
Well,
they keep Sewell between the pipes.
I was trying to get the crystal ball out, Las Vegas stuff. Not today. Not today, buddy.
Well, that'll end period number 1, and it's been barn burner for the Trinity Pioneers. Brady Soroy scores twice, and another goal added on by Max Bolio. 3-0. The Pioneers lead Nashua South Pelham. When we come back, it'll be period number 2. Alongside Rich McDonough and Kyle Levy, I'm Zach Johnston here from Manchester Public Television, Channel 16. We'll be back for period number 2. Back in action here for period number 2. Zach Johnston alongside Rich McDonough and Kyle Levy from the JFK Coliseum. 3-0 your score. But Nashua South Pelham on the man advantage with Hurley in the box.
Yeah, there's a buck 11 left on that penalty for the snow thrower.
Yep. He may have dusted Noah Sewell a little too much, but we're ready and we're back in action here for period number 2. And an icing is something you never want to do when you're on the power play.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I really think, Zach, and we were talking offline before we got back on, the fellas visiting from Nashua and Pelham, they need this. I really do. I really think that. You got a fast sheet of ice right now because we just had the Zamboni leave, and they really need this. Not a good way to get going, though.
Face off inside the Nashua South zone.
Oh.
And it's sent down. And it's a race for the puck as Ronzello lets it come to him, corrals it with his stick, and sends it down the boards.
And
South Pelham has a big chance. Get a good shot on net here.
Yeah, and you had all 5 guys from South Pelham. What a beautiful diagonal pass.
That's another great pass here from this team. We'll see if they get something going here.
And that buys them beautiful spacing right now.
Dowdy with the feed to Byron. Byron shot tipped, and the rebound goes behind the net, and they have a guy fall. It was DeFreitas who hit the ice.
Designed deflection off the captain, Landsteiner. Almost trickled out to the right side of that post, Zach.
Around behind the net, toward our near side. Corralled with the backhand.
That's smart.
Nice move here.
Azamakopoulos. Say that 10 times.
Across to Dowdy, shot tipped wide.
Off the boot of DeFreitas as he came through
7 seconds, Hurley ready to come back out. Big body forward here, but he'll add more presence here if they keep it going. Tipped going wide, and Azamakopoulos will keep it in. And Hurley comes out, and coming right out for him is Ben Siskovic. My apologies. Oh, here we got a chance. Breakaway here for Max Saludo.
Could have been a trip. They didn't call it. Could have been a trip. They didn't call it. Backside trailing ref didn't see it.
He had a breakaway chance, and the puck just kept going. It slid up the ice.
Or did he call it?
Maybe. Who knows? It's hard to tell with some of the refs sometimes.
Nope.
No, I don't believe so. No penalty called on what may have been a trip on what was almost a breakaway for Max Saludo, so that could have added some more drama here.
Yeah, got dinner on the stove.
Hurley scores! Connor Hurley rips it in! It's 4-0!
That was a beautiful wrister.
Talk about power. My goodness.
Yeah, he's been definitely doing his wrist curls. There's no doubt about it.
Connor Hurley, fresh out of the box.
Right off the face.
Just moments later, tacks on the 4th, and it's 4-0 here in the second period. Not the start this team wanted.
No, and Hurley was fresh, obviously.
Around the boards, Trinity keeps this in their own zone. Hurley had a chance for another, and he couldn't get his stick all the way on it. Good defensive presence on that rush there, and we have a lost stick. Set up for Hurley, and it's blocked out in front. Kept in, and another save there by Sewell, sent toward the far side.
And I said it earlier, you know, after that crazy goal off the, and Bolio got the assist, of course,
big hit
to go with his first period goal. But Noah Sewell needed to punch something out of the cage.
Here's a great move and a save there by Sewell. Man, what a move that was by Max Bolio.
That was fantastic. Just after he got that save, and I was just saying he got that third goal of the first period, but Noah Sewell had that nice punch out that makes you feel a little bit better about life, even though you just got rained on, and then he made a fantastic pillow save.
Off the draw, sent down, icing.
Should be. There we go. I guess the dinner is off the stove now.
Well, gentlemen, I got to say, the rest of the Division I Men's Hockey League has to be on notice to see what Connor Hurley's wrist shot after these faceoffs is capable of. He's already got a goal. He's had multiple opportunities, and we'll see if he is able to get another puck in the net later in this contest.
And he is skating with ferocity.
He's a hard guy to defend, too. No icing. Around the net, it's Byron. Jumps it back for Asmakopoulos, centering pass, and he couldn't corral it. It was Dowdy who couldn't bring it all the way in.
Just a little bit too far for him to reach in that slot right there.
From the blue line is sent around behind the net. South Pelham
Nice leave.
keeps it in their zone, and now sent back again. Back and forth battle. Though the puck gets sent behind the net of Ronzello.
And nobody home. Everybody was focused on the puck.
Soroyce, beautiful pass, no call there, and that would have been crazy. TJ Venezia was on the ground and just threw his stick at the puck, and he ended up putting it perfectly on net. Soroyce dumps it behind, and up the ice comes TJ Venezia. Venezia.
Nice.
Oh, another beautiful move. Oh, that can't be good. He skated right into the net.
And he headbutted the center bar in the back there. I guess that's what happens. He hasn't gotten enough hits so far.
You just need to hit something.
Well, that's sometimes what you got to do. I'll hit anything just to get warmed up finally.
We got some Christmas tunes going on here, as we'll have coverage of the Brian Stone Christmas tournament coming up in next week.
That's a great tournament.
Wild to think that Christmas is so close to being here, and we're just starting the season.
Exactly. It's technically not even winter yet when you think about it. Winter starts in a couple of days, and we're starting the winter hockey season. We have already had 3 basketball games on Manchester Public Television. This is our first hockey game, and it is an absolute pleasure to be able to deliver this kind of coverage to you. Here's some break tipped up ice.
Yeah, it's Dowdy. Coach said he's fast, and he's showing it right there. That's why he's got the A on his sweater.
Good check by Dylan Benkin to force the turnover. Pinned along the boards, and a real scrum here. Chipped out. Shot blocked. That's a good stick use of the stick by Colton Leroux to influence that breakup. It hits the net. We'll go to play. We'll have another face-off.
Yeah, he really just had his stick in the right spot, and he might not get on the score sheet too much on this for that, but that is a great job blocking the shot, and hopefully Colton can continue doing that for the rest of this game to continue that goose egg for Nashua South Pelham.
Off the draw, the Pios have possession, and kept in. And immediately sent away. Up the wing, here comes Bolio, who has scored already.
Good spacing here for the Pioneers.
Hurley keeps it in. Hurley from the corner, sent blocked. Hurley turns around and all of a sudden has the puck right back. Sends it to Bolio around the net. Bolio waits, takes a shot, saved by Sewell, and he'll cover.
And good job by Sewell. He thinks it was going across his goal mouth, and he kept one ankle on the near pipe, and that's where the save occurred. Good job, kid.
10:39 left to go in the second. 4-0, all for the Trinity Pioneers defending their home ice. Toward the puck go the Pioneers, trying to keep possession on their side of the ice.
Little diagonals opening up for him.
Here's DeFreitas.
That was a good tip by Romalo.
DeFreitas sends this off the net.
Because they had opportunity to set something up from behind the cage right there. And Romalo, if he doesn't get his twig on it, I think they got a chance.
Another draw, and they'll see Max Bolio, their big forward, win it. Send it back to Hurley. Oh, he had a chance for another one. That was a design play.
Yeah, same thing they scored on. His release is ridiculous.
Normally when Hurley's out there, he's taking the faceoffs, but they drew that up to get Hurley another chance for a wrist shot in open space.
Oh, it worked the first time.
Great
Why not
work
try it again, right?
By Soroyce, keeping it on, centering pass toward the slot. Penalty called. You can't do that.
Can't do that, and Hurley's on the ice. Drives the coaches nuts. But speaking of coaches, as a longtime coach, you're joining officially the upper echelon of the coaching ranks. We're proud of you, Zach Johnston.
I'm glad to be part of Tier 1 Baseball as the head coach of their 11U national team, as you mentioned it. So it's great. We're 2 coaches up here calling games here, and it's great. Youngest coach in that program's history. I mean, and getting that promotion to head coach was just truly humbled, as the scoreboard says 44-0.
Well,
but that may be how it's felt for South Pelham, huh? As it's been all Trinity so far. The only game that maybe you've mentioned that they've won has been the speed game.
Yeah, they look fast. They just look fast, but the Pios have learned a ton, and they learned a ton from last year, clearly.
Good move by Polio. Oh, he had an open Hurley, and he couldn't get it to him. Keeping it onside is Benkin. Sends it to Polio. Polio's shot goes a mile into the stands. Watch out. That's exactly where I sit when I come to free skate and I'm lacing up. That's exactly where I sit. That would have hit me right in the face.
Yeah, almost an unlucky fan right there, but now he feels pretty darn lucky. Look at him showing his parents the puck and everything like that.
Let's see if they're allowed to keep it. I would certainly hope so.
Well, he's walking upstairs with it, so why not?
Bring up to the booth. We'll autograph it.
You can autograph it.
Up top, Hurley. Shot going wide.
Oh, that one almost trickled north of the line.
It almost did. There's a chance. They score another one. Watsietko Mason scores, and it is 5-0.
Power play goal in their first of the year. A great way to show that this power play could be dangerous and further into the season.
They got 5 on it. 5-0 Trinity with less than 10 minutes to go in period number 2. It has been all Pios from the puck drop.
And I tell you what, Ethan Robinson just came onto the ice and went into the cage. Can't blame coach for that.
Immediate goal change after the 5th goal given up by Noah Sewell. And could this be just even more domination from Trinity when we talked about, or you talked to Coach Sirocco about how confident he was in his senior goalies? Trinity is giving it to Sewell tonight.
They
pull him in favor of Robinson.
And I got to say, a few of those, nothing on the goalie, and I'm not merely defending a fellow goalie. Sometimes it just isn't going your way, and it's not good for you for the rest of the week or season or month, whatever, to leave a guy in there.
You talk about what happened with Patrick Waugh on the Canadians and why he requested a trade was for a reasoning like that. Set up behind the net, centering pass, and it couldn't be corralled.
Well, he's one of the best to ever do it. But I tell you, Ethan Robinson coming in, he's a senior. He will be unflappable, but he's got no pressure on him.
They got split duty here when you've got 2 seniors that coach is talking about being confident in here. So, I mean, the opening game start went to Sewell, and, next game we'll probably go to Robinson. So they'll probably got a little Omar Swayman split over here.
At the very least, if you have 2 experienced goalies, both seniors on this squad, you can run a great practice.
100%.
Yeah.
You might want to talk to Coach Cannell about that, with what he had to deal with last year with having 2 star goaltenders.
And now they had 1 on the roster, and they don't have any on the bench. So it's Joe Ronzello or bust here for Trinity. They haven't had a problem with him tonight.
Well, he only had 8 shots through the first 15 minutes, Zach. So obviously he's not getting really exhausted so far.
When you think about when you have a goalie who's not getting shots on him, he might be hung out to dry on a play where he is rusty because he's not getting shots on him. But South Pelham hasn't been able to get any really good shots on him.
Yeah, and for his part, Sewell saw 13 in on him in just the first period and easily 5 or 6 more.
Yeah, of course. And when Trinity takes shots, and their shots with a purpose,
here's a breakaway for
chance wrist shot turned away there by Ronzello.
And there's some speed. You saw how fast Byrne is. You see how he got to the corner?
Sent up the wing, chasing for it is Andrew Lewis, and icing. Nearly beat that, though. That was certainly close.
I'll tell you, some of the leaders on this South Pelham team, they got to flex a little bit of muscle, show off a little bit of their speed, get to more pucks than they think they can, and try to just create a little bit of havoc, get to the corners, dump and chase, and start to create.
Big opportunity for them is an offensive zone faceoff. They win it. They don't even get a shot off.
Yeah.
Nearly a chance there for Andrew Byron, but he couldn't get one off.
Yeah, Burns should have dumped that to his trailing player right there.
Good pass. Good move, and an even better save as sliding there was Andrew Lewis. And
Robinson saw that the whole way.
He did see it the whole way.
Yep.
He didn't bite, and a great poise by Lewis to be able to, get his way around and end up doing the little fancy slide. It would have been a little cooler if he had scored.
Yeah.
You can only imagine that. Oh, we have a.
Well, I'll tell you, off that last face, we saw there was an opportunity. The whole right side of the ice was free.
They tried again with Hurley, and Robinson makes the stop.
They
score! Tip drill! 6-0 touchdown! How about that? We'll see who gets that one. It's 6-0 Trinity, and leading the charge is Connor Hurley down the bench. He has his second. No doubt about it when it comes to him, because
they drew that up for him. So when a play gets drawn up for you, your eyes are on that puck no matter where it's going.
He's unbelievable. He's like ubiquitous. He's everywhere. And I tell you, that was Noah Kahn. Props to him. Stick season out there.
There you go.
You could have picked one, but that was Hurley. He's excellent.
And they just keep the pressure going, and they've got the puck inside their offensive zone yet again. They tried to set their guy up in Wasieko, but he couldn't get there for it. Down the boards, sent around. That was Leroux trying to move it up to Hurley, and it pinned around the boards. Sent back to the neutral zone for Dylan Benkin. Off the boards, Wasiaka going for it. Here's Connor Hurley. Can he do it again? Save Robinson. Puck goes behind the net.
He stayed nice and square to the puck. And I've been that guy coming in cold. It's no fun.
South Pelham trying to get something going. Save made there by Ronzello, and he stays poised in his positioning.
Yeah.
Even if there's a small chance for a rebound, he stays ready for it. Here comes a long rush here from Bolio, all the way to the net, and a
side of the net.
Side of the net.
Lacrosse, we call that the mom goal.
Made my heart race a little bit. Bolio behind the net.
By the way, Bolio got the assist on that one.
He is racking up the points.
Yeah, he's got 2 assists and a goal. All he needs is a fight.
Skelly dumps it. Well, I don't know if they're. I don't think we get a lot of Gordie Howe hat tricks in high school hockey.
That's okay for now.
That's fine with me. You don't want to lose one of your better players for 2 games.
Just to say you got a Gordie Howe hat trick. I don't even know if anyone would be willing to fight anyway.
I got to say, guys, at 6:29 in the second, nobody predicted 6-0 at all, much less halfway through the game today. Wow.
Maher had the draw for Trinity, and it stays inside their offensive zone. And it's really just been Nashua South Pelham's inability to get the puck out of the zone in situations like this.
Amen to that. Good analysis right there. And it didn't look that way early. And then we saw South get into a rhythm about halfway through the first.
It didn't look like that early, but, they gave up those 2 goals. So, I mean, you're playing good possession hockey, but you're down 2. So you have to play more aggressively. You can't play possession hockey when you're already down 2-0. Here comes another opportunity for Trinity to try to add on the extra point. From what we saw them do a lot in the football season, we saw them score a lot, and they got the touchdown in hockey with 6 goals on the board here. Zach Johnston, Rich McDonough, Kyle Levy from JFK. 5 minutes, 39 seconds to go in period number 2. It's 6-0 Trinity, dominating so far over Nashua South Pelham. Here comes a long rush here. Dowdy, shot up high above the net.
Yeah, I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to manufacture any kind of opportunity they can. Why? Okay, they probably won't close a 6-0 gap, but you got to develop some mojo going into your next practice. You have to.
You have to. That's true. You got to find the little wins is what I would do as a coach right now, Down. You got to find a little win.
And here's a good way to do
Dowdy,
it.
Look at that back check by Brady Soroyce.
That was fine work. Number 9 on 9.
Tipped up in the sky, shot turned away by Ronzello. Another opportunity here for them to try to get something on net, get the little win. They keep it onside, whiffs the shot, and now sent out into the neutral zone. That's the best chance they've had tonight.
Best chance, absolutely, and they were trying to manufacture more. You could see the frenetic pace out of the top of each slot.
Off the boards and behind the net. Soroyce takes it. Oh, wow, what was that? I don't know.
He deflected it off the boards perfectly. Nice. Almost like a David Pasternak trying to find the right spot.
If he tried that again, I don't think he could do it as perfect to get a guy. Imagine passing to somebody that perfectly and set him up. I mean, that would be highlight reel stuff. As the Keene Blackbirds have made it to JFK as they make their way into their locker room. They're bright orange. Here's a pass that gets sent a long ways down.
They waved it off
early. Oh, they
did
wave it off.
He should have gotten that. Yeah.
Turnover.
Oh, ouch.
You can't do that.
Caden Cruz cruised into the boards.
And he's going to come
and
off.
He's hurting.
Oh,
His left leg is hurting him.
That's not good. Caden Cruz slipped on the ice monster.
Yeah,
here.
and I tell you, the toe of his boot hit first, and then a little compression there. As a guy with a reconstruction on his knee, I feel for you, kid.
And
offsides here.
Jinx.
I got to say, former player Anthony Ronzillo is behind his brother Joe, so you know that you don't want your brother to be instigating you if you give up a goal. So far, what Joe has been able to do for Trinity has been impressive to still not allow a single goal.
off the draw. Sent up by Leroux and down for another icing. So we'll get another face-off.
I'm watching Caden Cruz's body language on the bench. He's with the trainer right now, and he just shook his head. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, you talk about maybe it was the toe. It could have very well been, and he did go skate first into the boards.
The trainer, Brooklyn, down there, she's done a phenomenal job for Trinity Sports through the past number of years, and glad to see that she's right there on the spot to make sure that he might be able to come back into this game or not.
I can't tell you guys, as a former D1 player and a 30-year coach, how valuable these folks, the trainers, are to us.
They squeak it wide.
Oh, good effort right there by Byrne.
Ronzello slides across to make the save. Here's Wasieko.
Got himself a goal, looking for number 2.
Tried to shoulder his way to it, and he's got Bulio set up to him to his right. But that's Byrne who will send it away. Kept onside. Good move. Intended pass for Bulio goes into the corner, and Keefe has it. And we'll have a stoppage of play.
Looks like it's going to be an offsides. Or the goal came out, so that's why the face-off will come outside the zone.
That's why I said outside the blue. Exactly.
That's off the moorings. Can't play like that.
Couldn't see the mooring get it dislodged from here.
Or did the goalie do it himself? That's the other thought.
Goalies don't play dirty. No. Never.
3:04 left here in the second. It's been a long game, and it's been all Trinity. Turned over. South Pelham keeps it in their zone. And you blink, and the puck's out of their zone. Sent back. Oh, nearly turned that over. That could have been a bad one.
Demers was hunting that one down, and I think he wishes he had one half step more. Oh, great.
Redirected, going wide.
Beautiful blocker save right there by Ethan Robinson, who's made some good save coming in cold.
Behind the net. They'll feed it over. Pinning it and waiting for something to squeak through is Trinity. Shot on net, loose puck chance, slides back to the blue line. Sent over, nobody home for Trinity. Collision.
Good job there by fending off the hit by Roberge.
Good move here. Shot, saved by Ronzello. That was Chase Stewart who got one on net there.
I tell you, Ronzello is a yip-free goaltender. He learned from Lebelchik, and that's one of the great players you can learn from.
Off the boards, slides down. Icing called here on Trinity.
1:51. We are not in Barbados. That's what's on the clock. 6-zip. I can't believe it, Zach.
Yeah, this has been domination from puck drop here from Trinity defending their home ice. And it's not necessarily South Pelham playing bad. It's just Trinity playing far better to them and winning on their opportunities and playing good possessional hockey.
And what they've done in addition, and we'll get to that, I think one of my keys was Landsteiner and Byrne had to step up for the Purple Pythons, and Trinity has come in a game plan and they've neutralized those guys. And if you neutralize your leaders, everybody's looking at each other for help.
Spinning it around.
Yeah, he was off.
Yep. We'll have another face-off.
Couldn't quite take the puck with him.
When we get running time, which we may have, is like that. These face-offs will go a lot quicker. I can tell you that. I don't know what the rule is for that. I think it happened once.
And we do have another South Pelham player down, and he is in a good amount of pain, and it's not a good sign when the trainer has come back out again.
On the ice.
We missed that down in the corner, as obviously we were focused on the icing call, but you can see the legs of the player. We obviously don't know who it is, and he's getting up, so that's a great sign right there. But
there you go.
Maybe
Cruz again.
Cruz comes out, and oh wow,
he's skating better than when he came off the ice last time. So, I tell you, when you bang that up and you try to go back in and you bang it up again, obviously it hurts worse the second time. But clearly he's a tough kid.
We'll take a look at him. We'll hope he's all right. And he's taking his seat on the bench, so he is okay. Well, maybe not okay to play, okay to get back on the bench there. So.
He's giving it his all. I mean, he's working hard to go to the corner. His coach said he was fast, and he fights hard, and we're seeing it. And he's a first-year player. He's trying to make an impression.
Soroyce, that's off the stick of Max Bolio. Soroyce will dump it. It hits a body.
Yeah, it went off of Doughty. Right place, right time.
And we got a helmet coming off here, a
goodness.
collision.
Soroyce, if anyone's going to lose his helmet, it's going to be him. So
Brady's helmet was in the penalty box as he was just checked hard enough that the hat came off.
Minute 14 left in the second, counting down 64 more seconds until second period concludes. Here's a pass up the ice to Connor Hurley, who will send it down.
All day long, the Pio spacing has been fantastic.
Hurley goes down for it. Bolio trying to fight for it, and it's sent back to the neutral zone for TJ Venezia. Turned over. Tried to kick it up to himself there was Adam Roberge.
You know, I'm about to say, look, Trinity looks in midseason. Granted, I think, South Pelham's having a rough day, but Trinity looks like they're in midseason form.
Of course. That's a good way to put it.
And they're spacing, like I just said, they're spacing, they're poised, and they're getting a lot of tape-to-tape passes here. And then obviously Hurley's been a man and a half. As we're under 30 now.
Sent behind the net.
Probably
By TJ Venezia.
possibly merciful under 30 if you're wearing the dark unis.
10 seconds, just about.
Got 2
Here's
on
a
1.
chance. Oh, he had Bolio open,
Yeah.
and Wasekia couldn't get it to him.
Well, Tyne was disciplined. He kept his blade on the ice and didn't squirt underneath when he's trying to saucer that over.
And that concludes period number 2. Trinity tacking on some more. They lead 6-0 after our first 2 periods. We'll take a quick break for the second intermission. Alongside Rich McDonough and Kyle Levy, I'm Zach Johnston from Manchester Public Television's Channel 16 coverage of high school sports. We'll be back for period number 3.
And Zach, I do have a surprise for you for this third period. We're going to have Braden Lebelzik, goaltender from Trinity, who graduated last year, up here in the booth doing some broadcasting as well.
Holy smokes.
So
Cool
we'll
stuff.
get ready for an exciting third period after this.
Here for the third period, your score is 6-0 in favor of the Trinity Pioneers. And we've got a special guest joining us here in the booth at JFK. Braden Lebelzik, former goalie for Trinity, takes over on the mic. Glad to have you up here.
What's going on, boys? Nice to have me.
Zach Johnston, Rich McDonough, and Braden Lebelzik up here as we are ready to go for period number 3. Braden, goalie last year. Would you have liked to have a lead like this?
Yeah, it's a 6-0 lead. It's always nice when you can get a shutout too. So
Without a doubt.
I'm in the company of 2 goalies up here, and as a first baseman, I do some blocking, but not as much as I would as a catcher or a goalie.
Well, you should consider yourself lucky, my man. It's not often. Lacrosse goalie, overwhelmingly, and a hockey goalie over here.
Well, what we've seen, Braden, so far has been a lot of just Trinity outplaying Nashua South Pelham towards when it comes to, especially with puck possession, as we've seen Nashua South Pelham struggle to get the puck out of their defensive zone.
yeah, I mean, what I've seen is just the boys are getting pucks deep, they're getting shots on goal, and they're just going in, and everything's kind of flowing right now. So
And then, obviously, Bolio and Hurley are having themselves a day.
yeah, I mean, I saw Soroyce's first 2 goals; those are pretty nice shots in the blue line.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Especially the one 38 seconds in.
You look down for a second, look back up, the puck was in the net on that first one, so it was I didn't even know who shot it at first here.
I mean, is Hurley's wrister ridiculous? I mean, you've seen him,
Yeah,
eye to
Hurley-
eye.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
They drew up a play for him multiple times. They send it back to the slot. Happened twice. First time they scored. Second time he missed the shot and they came back and he scored after. So
Yeah.
when the puck goes to him, good things happen. We got running time here as we noticed with a 6-0 lead here in period number 3. So it'll be most likely 15 uninterrupted minutes of some hockey here. See if we can hold on to Joe Ranzello in between the pipes here.
Hey, Braden, you're with the Mountain Kings now. Fun organization, international flavor. But let's be Coach Braden for a moment. If you're visiting today, you're down 6-0. You do have some speed guys with some experience. Put yourself in the coach's position right now. What are you saying to your guys down 6-0?
Down 6-0.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, let's just keep it going, boys. Let's keep it positive. Just keep the momentum going and try to get one in here. And just that's all it takes. It's just one goal to shift momentum.
Yeah, and I was saying to ZJ earlier, it's like, and I coached lacrosse forever. and it does. Thankfully, it didn't happen to me very often with my teams. But all I said is like, let's get something going. Maybe we can eke one in or something like that. Anything to have a better practice tomorrow and a better feel.
Yeah, that's
right?
all you need. All you need is just a tap in. That's all you need.
And as we said the other night, watching a blowout in basketball, Trinity, #1 in hoops, blowing out Central. One game does not define a season. Agreed?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
As we hope that obviously going on as that won't define this season for Nashua South Pelham. You know, they got talent, they got speed. And who they got upcoming next? They've got Merrimack at the end of the week.
Yeah, and then Hanover and Manchester. So, you know, manageable games. Hanover is probably going to be pretty good this year. Obviously, always well coached.
Good moves there, but nothing going from Caden Cruz, who's back out on the ice, as he got the wind knocked out of him. But we did hear from Kyle that Gavin Asmakopoulos has an arm injury and will not be returning. So it's tough to lose a guy like him, junior, early in the year. We'll hope he's okay.
What's amazing to me is you haven't botched his name once today.
I separated them with the syllables. When I looked at it first, I was like, I'm going to need to really look at it. So
He's a cerebral announcer as well. That's right. So, Braden, look.
Penalty coming up here.
Yep.
And that's going to be
We'll talk
on
about that in a minute.
number 9 for Trinity. So Royce heads to the box. He's got 2 goals tonight, but he heads to the penalty box.
Well, and this could break, quote-unquote, the ice that we talked about just a minute ago, Braden.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Well, I'm the master. A little jump the gun.
Yeah. No, maybe on 18.
But I was saying earlier, and we talked about it in the first 2 periods, Trinity's spacing today. It looks almost like midseason form, even though you lost a bunch of heavy hitters from last season.
Yeah.
All the shifts taken, mixing it up. Coach, would play seniors with freshmen and sophomores. It's showing, it's paying off, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And as a coach, you want to be deep as the season goes along, but you also got to remember you got to reload, right?
A good thing with them is I think they have maybe 10 juniors. They have a lot of juniors.
Yeah, the class of 26 is strong with this team, and with one senior. Oh God, let me find it. In Max Saludo, looking for the 12 on my roster sheet full of 11.
Yeah, that's scary if you're NHIAA D1 opponents. Same thing goes for the Pios basketball team. One senior only, and that's O'Neill.
Yeah, Sean O'Neill.
He's a terrific
Last year
player.
they had only 1, 2. It was Devon Ellis. So
Devon, right? Exactly.
that trickles in and is held by Colt Leroux.
And Hurley just took one into the left
Oh,
shoulder.
gloved there. A chance to knock it down as Landsteiner got his hand on that one.
Only 30 left. They haven't even manufactured a shot.
Not at a very efficient power play here. We'll see. They're going to get one here. Shot
There you go.
gloved by your predecessor, Joe Ronzello.
How was he in practice last year as let's not talk backup, we're goaltenders. How was he? A good player?
Yeah, he's a good little goalie. I mean, he would always bring the competition to practice with me and Hep. We would always just try to be on top, just kind of, how do I put this? It's like we wouldn't try to let in as many good goals, I would say, but it's really good competition because we're always switching in and out pretty quick. Coach Cannell would always have us do drills if you get scored on, you're out. So that was always usually our goals. It was me, Hep, Joe. That's all of our goals.
That's some good psychology right there. And look at everybody waving to you. He gets his first, Braden gets his first day in the booth, and everybody's waving at him down below.
Here's a
That's
chance
great.
sent down off the stick, and Ronzello wanted to go out for it, and they shoot it off the back of the net.
What I was saying earlier, Braden, since we've got an excellent goalie up here, is watching Ronzello's mechanics. He doesn't have happy feet. Technical goaltending, keeps his hips square, and consequently, he's always poised. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you see that in practices as he developed? Great.
Sent off the boards, kicked in. That's been the tale so far for Trinity as they've held possession on their side of the ice for, if we don't have the times here, but it's got to be at least 75% of the puck has been on the sticks of Pioneer
easily.
forwards. Here's a deflection that's sent around to the right side. Kept in on the backhand by Pat Maher. Here is Saludo. Saludo waits, sends it to the other side, fighting over with Daniel Byron, and he goes down.
There's a good scrap right there, huh?
Two guys in a game that has been physical, that has also seen a lot of speed.
sent toward no one, but keeping it onside.
Well,
Here's a shot and a save.
And
A
Dowdy's
save.
a good player. It was a pretty good diagonal pass from bottom of one slot to the top of the other. Opened up a little space right there. As a goalie, when that happens, what's your instant reaction?
You just got to be square to the puck.
Just
That's my instant reaction. You got to find the square, find where the puck's going.
right.
Just save it.
Get off your post, maybe get to the top of the arc.
Yeah, you got to have
crease.
good angles too as a goalie. That's
I
a
called
big
it an
thing.
arc. There's a lacrosse meathead.
That's a huge part of goaltending is having a good angle on every single puck.
And it's any goalie, no matter what the discipline is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I called a couple NCAAs. Soccer, same thing. The poised goalies, they don't get happy.
Mm-hmm.
They almost take a breath as they know who's winding up. Yeah, nice job.
7 minutes left in our running time as the puck caroms into the neutral zone and is sent up now
There's
by Caden
Cruz.
Cruz, who cruises his way in, checked into the boards, and I believe a penalty.
I'll tell you.
That's a cool mask. Look at that. It's a Gary Cheevers style mask here from Ethan Robinson. It's not the Jason Voorhees look, but he's got the stitches.
I knew you were a senior in high school. Bringing out the Jerry Cheevers things, you're almost like a senior in the AARP
Oh,
with me.
he is a legend, Bruins legend. And
Okay, I know
would
that.
take those masks. I'd draw my own stitches on. I'm playing floor hockey here. 11 on Trinity. That is Wachieko
Yeah.
for hooking. So we haven't had a lot of penalties on South Pelham here, but down 6. Here's the puck back to the slot. Turned toward the tender, turned away there by Ronzello, and will be rightfully dumped down and will roll into the Nashua South Pelham zone. More Keene guys coming in as our next game here on Manchester Public Television will be me and Rich. Keene versus Manchester for their opener.
Keene ranked 3.
Yeah, they're a real good
Preseason.
squad. Up and typing that away was Ronzello.
That one was rising faster than I thought it would, huh, Braden?
Yeah, that was a quick shot.
Yep.
Sliding down, Robinson with the body down there. Has he given up any, or was it, I think he had one on him, Robinson did, before or was it 5 when they switched to Sewell and then they got 1 on him?
I think it was 2.
Maybe 2, okay.
Yeah, I actually drew a squiggly line
Oh,
when they
got you.
replaced the goalie. How about that for technical
You got everything over there.
expertise?
You got multiple pens, you've got squiggly lines,
Coach Mack getting the job done, right?
spinning away and sending it away. Good
Well,
work by Max Saludo.
Yeah, it's a good penalty kill right now.
And he plays like a senior, and he gets a chance here. Turning that away, dropping it back.
Oh, good trail right there by Maher.
This is really when you hold the puck on your side of the zone when you're on the penalty kill.
Well, and just doing that, they're chewing up a good 20, 25 seconds, right, Braden?
Yeah.
Tipped up, and Ronzello had to go over, sliding to send it away. Under 5 minutes to go. Dump down. Oh, without a hand on that, that's a Connor Hurley breakaway, and you know he's dangerous.
Very. He's been dangerous at least 5 times today with 2 markers.
No hat tricks, 2 guys with 2.
Oh.
Breakaway
Here we go.
chance. Polio walks in, and a save. Rebound turned away by Robinson. Best goaltending of the night here for South Pelham,
Well,
shutting him
without a
down.
doubt, yeah, and Bolio is looking to get a second goal to go with 2 assists. He's had himself a day as well.
Turned with the stick by Ronzello, sending it away. Turned over.
That's a good job
Good
in the
move.
slot.
And, you know, when you look at Ronzello, the way he slides across the crease, when you talk about, Brad, when you talk about squaring up to the puck, he's always in a good position like that.
Yeah, that was the thing in practice, too. He was always square to the puck.
Something when you notice him, like, hey, this is a good guy to fill in the shoes with the 2 seniors you had last year. 4:03, we'll now continuing the 4-minute mark here as we'll have stoppage of play in quotations with the clock still going. 6-0 with Braden LeBelzik joining myself and Rich McDonough in the booth here at JFK.
I'll tell you, Braden, lacrosse hockey, when you're down a player because of a penalty and you see your boys up field or up the ice chewing clock,
Wristed
how does that feel?
just over the net.
Wait, what was the question again?
Where they're chewing up time by pressing it, keeping it down, not letting it come back.
It's so
You're
nice.
just-
It's so nice.
It lets you breathe, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, he's got his arm on top of the net here. He's in a very chill mood.
Granted, we're out of the penalty, but I wanted to ask you that was going on, but there had too many face-offs going.
Yeah, it's so nice just when it's down the other zone.
You're just
Another thing that I really like about high school is that you can ice it on penalty kill. For U18 full season, you can't because it's under USA Hockey.
Yeah, give me the main differences that you've experienced. How's the speed?
So I think it's a lot faster because it's some graduated
Good
kids and some
check.
seniors.
Chance now, Trinity, and off
Almost had a
off
odd
of
man
the
rush
stick
there.
of Maher,
Good save.
Yeah,
gobbling
very
that
good
up
save.
as Robinson, and we can continue.
And
Yeah,
he
so some of the
stayed solid.
differences is it's a lot faster because older kids. It's not a bunch of freshmen, sophomore, junior, senior. It's usually just seniors and then sometimes PGs.
Yeah.
And so, which is what I am. And then,
Is it really limited to 18, 19, maybe a couple 20-year-olds?
yeah, kind of. And then the rules are different too because you can't ice it on penalty kill. You can't do tag up offsides, so no delayed offsides. So
Right.
if you're offsides, it's just dead.
So as a goaltender, how does that change the perspective for you?
It's kind of different because it makes the game go a little slower.
Yep.
With no tag up offsides. And then obviously icing on penalty kill kind of sucks because you get it all the way out, then it comes right back down.
Gotcha.
Well, racing down the side comes Dowdy.
Dowdy's one of your speed guys, and they flicked that across the goal mouth there.
Slanging that stick there was
Braden,
Bolio.
where are you doing your PG?
So I'm actually taking college classes through MCC right now.
Okay.
So and then I'm just taking like basic gen eds, and then I'm hoping to go into St. A's next year.
All right.
I got a pretty good package academic-wise that I can't pass up. So.
Glad to hear it, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate
And
it.
it was really fun to watch you play last year.
Here's a shot from the blue line
Oh.
that goes way wide towards some of the Kings guys down there.
I mean, let me tell you, it was nice that you guys filmed all my games.
I tell you, the first time I saw you play, I was just new to MPT, and it was in the tourney, the holiday tournament. You had those beautiful snowflake sweaters,
Oh yeah,
and you actually had yourself a knit cap on. Oh,
Yeah.
nice save! Way to stay
I did
square
wear a hat. I did
by
wear a little
Ronzello.
winter hat.
Yeah, that thing was awesome. I believe it was white.
Yeah, it was like a Texas Rangers hat, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
When Trinity will use the Rangers hat as it matches their tee. So
All right, I'm going to date myself. The Texas Rangers, because I grew up in the D.C. metropolitan area, were the Washington Senators at one point.
Yep, they sure were. 1 minute mark as our running time takes us down.
Also, we're the Minnesota Twins. We got stolen twice, but now the Nationals, have won the World Series.
Tipped in and kept inside. But, I mean, as we wind down, it's just been utter domination here from Trinity. As hitting the ice there hard was Andrew
Finally,
Lewis.
some physicality.
40 seconds to go, and, I mean, from the initial face-off, they're going to pull their goalie. Robinson's coming off, and they're going to try to get one by Ronzello.
Ouch, ouch. That was a hard hit. I tell you, you pull the goalie, but it's situational because it's going to happen again. So why not give it a shot,
Yeah,
right?
why not give it a shot?
Game one of the year, is there really a difference between 6-0 and 7-0? And they might just let this wind out here.
Well, these situations are going to happen again. So you might as well, at least, how do you get your guys onto the ice? Let's practice that.
Well, I don't think they'll have a chance to do that. They're going to
That's
wrap
not gonna
up here.
happen. Now you learning how to get your guys off the ice.
Well, that'll do it
Braden, it was a pleasure.
from the opening
Thanks for
minute.
having me, guys. Appreciate it.
We'll thank Braden LeBelzik for joining us here tonight for the third period that went by quite quickly with our running time. But from the opening minute, Brady Soroyce scoring twice to start the game and then tallying them on here. We saw 2 from Soroyce, 1 from Bolio, 2 from Hurley, 1 from Mason Wacheko. What a game we had to start the hockey season here on Hampshire Public Television. It's 6-0 win here for the Trinity Pioneers over Nashua South Pelham. I'm Zach Johnston, Kyle Heavey on the camera, alongside Braden LeBelzik and Rich McDonough.
First of two.
First of 2.
Yeah.
We're going to do a post game after this, and then we'll be back for game number 2 between Keene and Manchester. Once again, Zach Johnston from Manchester Public Television. Want to thank Jason Coney, Joe Lauren, Brendan McCormick from Manchester Public Television for making these broadcasts possible. We'll be back for game number 2 very quickly, Manchester versus Keene. Final score, 6-0. Trinity takes down Nashua South Pelham in our first hockey game of the year on Manchester Public Television. I'm Zach Johnson. That's Coach Rich McDonough and Kyle Evie. What a game we were. From the opening faceoff, Brady Soroy scoring 2 in the first 2 minutes, pretty much to make it 2-0 early, and Trinity really never looked back.
Never looked back. There was a spell where the South Pelham team looked like it was skating fast and maybe going to show its presence. No dice. They fought back, did the Pios.
Obviously, Nashua South Pelham, they will have some work to do. Hopefully their injuries aren't too major. I know they obviously had some players go down, but there's still a lot to work with. But for Trinity, they came out and they are looking good to start the season.
And they didn't let go. And, obviously we will give our 3 stars to the game, but we can't ignore Joe Ronzello having a shutout tonight.
Well, as a goalie, I'm not going to let you ignore it.
6-0 win. Ronzello gets a shutout first game of the year as their only goalie on the roster. That's got to feel really good. But our 3 stars tonight, third star will go
Bolio, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3-point night. He was everywhere. He's a big body forward, and it really showed.
Without a doubt, he was just the man. I mean, he was disrupting flow out there, too. I think if we could get everybody top star, we would, but you can't.
I mean, obviously, with 4 real starts tonight, it's hard to really pick them, too. But second, we'll go to Brady Soroyce because he set that tone early with those 2 goals.
28 seconds in, right, Kyle?
Not bad. I mean, definitely use some screens to throw the puck on net, and as we know, anything can happen when you get a good shot on net.
And first star of the game, the final one, will go to the Red Hat himself, Mr. Connor Hurley, their centerman, their sharp-wristed guy, scoring 2 goals tonight, and that really just put the cap on it when he got that one to go.
And he was also physical, and he was getting his twig on pucks every pass, and he seemed to be like all over the ice when you least expected it, and that's because he, in addition to being a great shooter, he is Charlie Hustle.
He's all over the place.
Coach might not have liked that 2-minute penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, but it's okay when you're able to put up 2 goals.
Sometimes you snow the goalie a little bit. Well, we'll be right back here. When we come back, it'll be game number 2. It'll be Manchester versus Keene. Zach Johnston, Coach Rich McDonough, Kyle Levy. 6-0 win for Trinity for their first. It was certainly a fun one to watch. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back with more hockey here on Manchester Public Television.
And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.